What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. It's Overlanding Overlanders who Overland, episode 3. Thank you for tuning in. It's a lovely Sunday. Just want to say, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. Make sure you click like if you find this video helpful. And yeah, let's talk about tents. Overlanding Overlanders who Overland tent talk in action. Jason, what's up, man? That was quick. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? John, what's up? So sorry about the times. I know some of you guys noticed that I had 2 different times on my post on Instagram and Facebook, and trying to get used to this thing. What's up, guys? Expedition Life, welcome back. And it's 6 Overland, welcome back. Thanks again for last week, man. So I figure I'm just going to keep doing this every Sunday as much as I can, but just keep touching base with you guys and discuss gear and vehicles and tires and all that stuff. All right, Rob, cool, man. I can't wait to see a picture or a video with you wearing it. It's a little too cold to be wearing t-shirts, but Jim, what's up? El Paso in the house. So this week I just figured kind of talk about tents. Kind of a hot topic on our channel between our Expo West videos and stuff like that. So yeah. So basically, as you guys probably know, if you do or you don't know, I have the REI Basecamp 6. It's supposed to be a 6-person tent. I guess you could put 6 people in it. Bubba's Garage, what's up, man? Long time no see. I'm a big fan of the tent that I got. I got it before we did the Trans-America Trail trip. I used it a bunch of times before we left for that trip, and ended up working out really well. I'm a fan of ground tents. Not so much rooftop tents, as you guys probably know about me. I just would rather carry gear up on top of the roof on the roof rack rather than taking up the entire roof rack with a tent. So I don't mind sleeping on the ground. It doesn't take me that much longer to set my tent up than it does to set up a rooftop tent. So if you guys want to chime in with the kinds of tents you guys got going, I'm sure some of you actually like rooftop tents. I know, Jason, you use a ground tent, right? I think it's kind of hard to shove like a bunch of kids into a rooftop tent, or a dog. I would hate to lift Roscoe up into a rooftop tent. It's not that bad. All my other stuff fits in and on the back of my Jeep. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that would be the case for me too. I think if you're just doing like a week-long thing, I like for sure would have no problem fitting all my stuff if I was just going somewhere for the week. And I've done it. Like I've gone overlanding with the top down on the Jeep the entire time, and I've had plenty of room for stuff for, you know, a couple days. Yeah, John, that's right. I remember you have the Kingdom 6. Those things are great. I mean, as far as space goes, I like the 6-person tent because I can stand up in it. I can, you know, in the morning, I do a lot of cold camping. It's nice to like not have to get out of bed and just roll right onto a cold ground before you can even stand up. So there's like 1-person tents and 2-person tents. I'm not a big fan of those. So 10-person Ozark Trail, that thing's a beast. Is that the quick pop-up one, Jason? I feel like I have a buddy who has like an Ozark Trail one that like you just kind of pull up on the top and the whole thing is like a quick pop-up, but it still takes like 20 minutes to set up. Yeah, and it's 6. I mean, Roscoe's 78 pounds, so I mean, like putting him in a rooftop tent, I guess he could sleep in the Jeep, but I like keeping him warm. Like I said, I do a lot of cold camping, so I can't really leave him in the Jeep. He's going to freeze. So Gazelle T4. Set up, tear down. Yeah. It's nice being able to pack up and set up. I mean, it doesn't really matter how long it takes to set up to me anyway. I mean, if you get somewhere after dark, I guess it's an issue, but I usually take my time setting my stuff up. Actually, I usually take my time breaking down too. I'm not usually in a rush. Ground tents in the desert, too many snakes and critters. I've never, I have a hole, John, I have a hole in mine, and I never had an issue on that entire trip on the Continental Divide with like bugs or anything. Like, I mean, I was definitely worried about like a tarantula or something sneaking into the tent, but that's why, like, as far as like keeping away from critters and stuff like that, or bears, when people say that they use a rooftop tent to get away from bears, like, I just don't get it. Yeah, now it's too cold for bugs. But when we were on the Continental Divide, and I got to get to those episodes. But by the way, guys, I'm sorry that I haven't, like, I've been so busy with this like new business that I haven't had time to finish up the Continental Divide videos. But I've still got, I think I have like 28 days worth of videos. So I'm only on day 11, and I still got a bunch to put out. So I've just been trying to get around to it. I've been working on this Clayton suspension installation video. It's like an hour long, and it's coming out good. So I want to make sure that it's nice and tight before I put it out. But yeah, I got nothing against rooftop tents. Like, I'm not like anti-rooftop tent. I don't think that it's like dumb to get one or anything like that. I think you pick your poison, right? I mean, you need a place to sleep, shelter you from bugs and the elements. So tent cots. Thoughts on tent? Are you saying cots or costs? Cots. I use a cot, so I like cots. I like keeping myself off the ground. Maybe that's another reason, like, I'm not quite as worried about snakes and bugs, because really the Roscoe's got a cot too, so we're big fans of cots. And at 6, I am an Overland Bound member. 8207. It's my badge number. Official. I'm also a benefactor on there. I pay them $30 a month. I'm one of those guys. I'm an Overland Bound benefactor, so they send me like free stuff every like 3 months or whatever, and I'm supposed to be able to like contact Michael and Corey on a drop of a dime. Supposedly, I haven't taken advantage of that yet, but yeah, cots are good when it's cold. I use like a little. I have an actual tent review video that is kind of snuck into the rest of the Continental Divide stuff. So I'm gonna actually do like a full walk around on how I set up camp, like not just the tent, but how I set up camp in general, and the cots and stuff like that. But I use an Alpine Engineer or Alpine whatever sleeping pad, self-inflating, and it's memory foam, and you open the valve and it blows itself up, and it's actually really nice. It's actually Leo's, my friend Leo. So he got it at like a thrift store for like $20, but it still works great. North American jungle hammock. Do you hang it inside the Jeep? Is that what you're saying, Justin? I want to try sleeping in a hammock. I don't have one. I've thought about getting one, but a Teton Sport tent cot that's great with an awning. Yeah, that's the way to do it, I think. Like, just having, like, I mean, again, with the dog, I always bring the dog everywhere that I go. So, like, sleeping in a hammock hanging out of a tree, it's not going to be that easy for him. But hanging between a tree and a roll cage, sweet. It's a cool setup. That's easy. That's quick. It's fast, comfortable. Kurt, what's up, buddy? What are you doing? Talk to Kurt about rooftop tents. He loves his. He's got a pretty kick-ass trailer. Kurt, what do you think about that conversation going on about trailers and $10,000 trailers? That conversation pissed me off so bad today. I wanted to like jump in and say something, but I didn't. I keep my mouth shut these days. Hammocks. Yeah, it seems to be a pretty popular choice. What do you think of the habitat campers? I don't really know anything about them. G. Michael Jr. Sorry. Wait, did we feature habitat campers in the? I think we featured them in our expo video. I can't remember the guy's name. Rob from REI Overland, I think, told me to meet that guy. I'm pretty sure it was habitat. I can't remember for sure. Yeah, REI definitely, like, they do like clearance sales and they just get rid of stuff like super cheap. And I think they do like open box stuff or like scratch and dent or whatever, where you can get like a display item or something super cheap. I don't have any REIs close to me because Illinois doesn't have anything, because we don't even have anything camping to do. So there's no reason for them to be here. Tree and roll cage. That's the way to do it. I'm going to try that out this summer. Yeah, Kurt, man, I've sent you all that music. You didn't get back to me. So I'm assuming you didn't like any of it, but I got a ton more. I got like 200 songs. By the way, if anybody in here has a YouTube channel that you want music for, yeah, I'm kind of willing to kind of give up some stuff. I had a music production group called Bins and Needles that we put out like kind of New York, kind of early '90s New York City hip hop, Brooklyn style hip hop beats, and I got a bunch of them. So I'm thinking about uploading them all to like a Google Drive or something like that, and then kind of licensing them out for your fellow YouTubers. So yeah, Kurt, I will, man. I'll hit you up with more stuff. Yeah, cool. Yeah, guys, shoot me an email, Brandon@trailspin.tv if you want. And what I'll do is I know I have most of the stuff uploaded. I'll put like I'll put something together. I'll figure out how to get everything like kind of uploaded, and then just if you were in this conversation or whatever, I'll hook you guys up. I was thinking about kind of licensing them for like 20-30 bucks at some point, but for now I'll just give them out for free. I mean, it's very specific. It's a very specific style of music. It's not. I actually hit up Epidemic Sound, and they wanted like a SoundCloud link or whatever. So I gave them the SoundCloud link, and we don't really have our good stuff up on SoundCloud because like a lot of it's all locked up in licensing and stuff like that. So the better stuff we don't really give out for free, and they denied me, which was like a sad day in my life. Yeah, trying to find music on SoundCloud sucks. I like Epidemic, but I don't know, like it's tough to find good music. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part, is finding good music for episodes. And honestly, like I struggle with that so much. I feel like I could get videos done in 25% of the time if I just had like the right music at the right time. Like that scene where we did all the drone footage during the blizzard when we were doing Oregon Trail. I found that song quickly and I popped it in and it just worked really well. So I got lucky with that one. But for the most part, it's just a struggle. It takes hours to find the right music. Ursa Minor Jeep camper looks crazy cool, but isn't cheap. Yeah, those things are kick ass. Is that what is the Ursa Minor the one that X4 Venture or what's that guy's name? 4-wheel Venture, 4W Venture uses? That's a Ursa Minor pop top, right? That's pretty cool. Kind of turns your Jeep into like a little like little like RV. Bucket upcoming expedition list. I'm right now. I'm trying to recover from last year. I spent like a crap ton of money last year, and just trying to recover from that. So I don't have any like immediate plans, but I am trying to put together a trip to Anza Borrego, probably like March, maybe. We'll see, February, March, something like that, to meet up with another big YouTuber. Again, I'm not gonna tell you who it is just yet, but yeah, four-wheel drive venture. That's a minor top, right? Yeah, so that's the most immediate thing, and I don't know what I'm gonna kind of do on the way in or on the way back. It's probably just gonna be a lot of driving just to kind of hang out. So maybe like 2 days of hanging out with them and probably 3 days of driving. So nothing too crazy, no long like 6-week things planned at all in 2019. I kind of want to do some stuff local, like Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan. You know, I want to head down to Kentucky a little bit, maybe a Kentucky adventure tour. I don't have any like solid plans. I'm just focused on trying to make money right now. And YouTube doesn't really pay the bills, so I've kind of put this, if I'm being honest, I've kind of put this on the back burner and just kind of focus on work. As you can see, I've got like a lot of stuff going on, but and it's 6. I do want to do another meetup. I don't know when. I mean, I like camping in this like really cold, but not everybody does. So if I did do a meetup, it would probably be an Illinois meetup, and it'd probably be somewhere in between here and Chicago. Just because we already did Wisconsin, we already did Kentucky. I'd like to do Illinois, and then sometimes this summer do Michigan and camp at that same spot where me and Leo camped out for that sand dunes trip that we did. And that was a kick-ass campsite. So I had plenty of room for everybody. I think we could really do like a really awesome meetup at that spot. So great bumpers. Yeah, John, I feel you, man. I've got the 35s and the 3.8, and the thing is like if you move all the way to a trailer, the Jeep can pull a trailer. It doesn't like payload. Like it doesn't like all the weight being on top of it or in it. You know what I mean? If you got a trailer, it'll do fine. You'll get the same results, I think, pulling a heavy trailer as you will like overloading inside. That's one of the things that I consider getting a trailer for. It's just kind of taking the workload off of the Jeep a little bit. But it definitely, I need to re-gear. Like I can't keep doing these long trips. It's just I'm getting like 9 miles a gallon, and if I do a 6,000 mile trip, you can just figure out the math. But that's a lot of money in gas. So I need more power. I'm gonna lose my mind, pack up the boys, go nomad until we're broke. I feel you. That's kind of what I did last year. I needed to travel. I had the itch, and then I lost my job, so I did it again. I was like, screw it. I don't have a job to worry about. So I did both trips last night. I spent 3 months total. Actually, probably between all the meetups and stuff like that, I probably spent like a total of 4 months overlanding last year. So I got a good dose in there. Tiered up trailer, just load up the weight in the Jeep and go on a rooftop. Yeah, I mean, I think a rooftop tent has its place. You know, none of us are really doing anything too crazy. I mean, I personally love off-roading as much as I do overlanding, so I try to keep the top from being too top heavy. I know that there's 6 cases sitting on top of the Jeep, but there's not a lot of weight up there. The heaviest box that's up there is my tools, and for the most part, I don't like being top heavy because I always have the sway bar disconnected, and I hate that seasick kind of feeling you get when the thing starts swaying back and forth if you're on the edge of a cliff or a switchback or something like that. So yeah, those ice fishing shelters are perfect for cold weather camping. There was a guy, I can't remember his name. I don't think he had like a huge YouTube channel. I watched him for a while. He had a job somewhere it was cold, and he had like it was like an ice fishing shelter, and he had a wood burning stove in there, and the wood burning stove had like a plate on the top so he could cook on top of it and all that stuff. I don't remember that guy's name. and he was kind of dry, like he was kind of boring, but I thought it was pretty cool. He spent like 6 or 7 weeks in an ice fishing shelter for work. He was basically traveling and yeah, Nathan, I'm waiting for my buddy to get back to me about. We're trying to do this. We're basically trying to do like a cross Illinois traverse type trail or whatever, but it's impossible. Like we can't find enough dirt roads basically. So I'll probably just find like a place to camp somewhere. We'll just do like a camping meetup instead of like, I mean, I would like to go overlanding and off-roading and stuff, but yeah, Kurt's a huge Crux trailer guy. So if you have questions about Crux, they make great stuff. His trailer is dope. I love Kurt's trailer. So it's Overland Uncharted. Hit him up if you got questions about trailers. And also Jeremiah, who's Overland Pioneers, just got an X Venture trailer, and that thing's sick. Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere? I don't know, dude. I haven't used. I've never used Final Cut, and I was having tons of problems using. I had like a 2013 MacBook laptop, and it wasn't handling Premiere well at all. So for a while, I considered switching to Final Cut, but I just built this computer. It's a fucking beast. Pardon my French. So I'm able to like scrub through 4K with audio, like without having to reduce the quality of it and edit and all that. Once I start color grading 4K, it starts to become a problem. But pick your poison, right? I don't know. Final Cut seems more simplified, more minimal, easier to pick up and start using faster, I guess. I think that Premiere is like a little more powerful, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't know. I would say test them both out. I mean, you get free trials for both of them, so I would test them out. I would say Final Cut for Mac and Premiere for everybody else. Yeah, regearing's a must. What's up, everybody is tuning in. This is our new Sunday series, Overlanding Overlanders Who Overland. So join the chat. Let us know what you think about your tent. I know you got any other crap you want to talk about. We're just kind of chilling. This is our new Sunday thing. So Final Cut, if you have a Mac, yep. Tents with insulation. So the thing, so I wanted to kind of touch on that too. The Basecamp 6, the tent that I use, has a basically floor to ceiling rain fly that kind of wraps. It's like a shell that kind of goes around the outside. Obviously, it's just shell, just like any other rain fly, but it goes all the way down to the ground and it has a vestibule in the front and back. So it's kind of shaped long like this, even though the tent is only like here. The rain fly comes down like this. And when I run the heater inside, like we do get condensation, but because the actual tent is so open, a lot of the condensation ends up on the rain fly and it doesn't really get anything wet in the tent. And when you're running a heater, the heater kind of keeps everything dry too. So you don't really need it to be insulated. I've camped in that tent in -6 Fahrenheit was the coldest that I've ever camped, and we had the heater on. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it was just a sheet of ice on the inside of the rain fly, but one nice thing about ice when you're cold weather camping, if you keep the tent like in a bin on top of the Jeep rather than inside the Jeep where the heat is, it never gets wet. It just stays frozen. So you can just kind of take the rain fly out the next day and shake it off. So I love the Basecamp 6 for winter camping. I love cold camp as long as you have a heater. And honestly, like if I didn't have the dog, I probably would be a little more lenient as far as camping in cold weather without a heater, but Final Cut is so fast on my Mac. Yeah. So if you have a Mac, I would say Final Cut. But I use Premiere. I use Premiere on my PC, the new PC, and I used it on my Mac. And I just know it now that I'm familiar with it. I don't want to switch. Chris, I don't have any plans to hit any Jeep jamborees. First one in Oregon. Yeah, I mean, I want to check one of those out. We'll see, and I don't know how this year's going to pan out, but if I get into a little bit better of a financial situation, obviously I have the itch all the time to go travel. So we'll see. Oregon would be cool. That'd be cool for a Jeep Jamboree. I hate Adobe's monthly subscription plan. Final Cut, just buy it once. Yeah, dude, that's a good point. Because my wife is still considered a student, she has a .edu address. So I'm on their student plan, which means I get the entire suite of Adobe stuff for like $14 a month. So if you know anybody with an EDU address, or you know how to set one up yourself, they haven't done any sort of like verification or anything like that. We've just been using that, and it's been working out well. And it's nice that I like the whole ecosystem of Adobe. Like I like InDesign and Photoshop and Lightroom and all that stuff. I use all that stuff pretty heavily. So for me, it's Adobe. The only thing I can come up with is like a river-to-river route that will be mostly off highway. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably what we're going to end up doing. And I think it's just going to be like Illinois, probably just a camping weekend. Like we'll find a couple of cool places to camp. We'll maybe down, we'll start somewhere near central Illinois, and we'll head down to Shawnee, and that'll be it. But I don't know. I'll put that together. What usually happens with meetups is I just get like super cabin fever, and then I just plan them, and then I just announce them, and that's how it goes. So I mean, if you can make it, you can make it. If not, maybe the next one. All right, Bubba's Garage. See you later, man. It's good to see you. What tent heater do you use? I use the Buddy heater, just like everybody else. And I bring like a 20-pound propane tank with me, which will run it on high for 8 hours a night for like 10 days. I usually get about 80 hours on high out of a 20-pound propane tank. So that's why I like the heater. I can just turn it on and forget about it. I have a thermal cover for my rooftop tent. The boys and I slept in it at 15 degrees and just about died from the heat. Yeah, well, thermal covers it's great. Yeah, I mean, the only negative stuff I've heard about the Buddy heaters is that you might die, right? But I don't know anybody that's died. I've used it so much that it doesn't even work anymore. It won't start. So, G. Michael, what type of tent do you recommend for just starting with overlanding? If you're just starting and you don't know that you're going to be using it a lot, just start with something cheap. If you're going to camp in the cold, get something that's 3-season and get yourself a heater. If you're not going to camp in the cold, just get yourself something cheap, just something to keep the bugs off you, or even a hammock or something like that. I mean, I'm always going to recommend my tent, but it's not cheap. My tent was like $550 or something like that. So for a ground tent, it's not even a rooftop tent. Yeah, and definitely something with, like John said, like something with a rain fly, because I would say it probably rains like 1 out of 5 times. Any up and coming YouTubers we should subscribe to? Yeah, man, Overland Pioneers. By the way, everybody that's in here right now, go open another window and go subscribe to Overland Pioneers. Also, go subscribe to Overland Uncharted. That's a good channel. East Tennessee in the house. I'm trying to think of like, obviously Revere Overland. If you guys aren't subscribed to Revere Overland, it's great channel. Another friend of mine, Shawnee Hills, has a good channel where he builds stuff. He built his own overlanding trailer from scratch, so pretty kick-ass. But other than that, I usually just watch I Am Jake. I watch Overland Bound. I watch Lifestyle Overland. I watch Expedition Overland. I mean, I watch all the same stuff everybody else watches, but yeah, go. If you got a YouTube channel, drop it in these comments here, and then everybody go subscribe to everybody. We should all be supporting each other. So if you have a YouTube channel and you want me to subscribe, drop it here right now, and I'll go subscribe. These comments, I can't access these comments like once the chat's over. So. Yep, Smitty Built's a good starter for everything. not just tents, but if you're just getting started out and you need something that's affordable and pretty high quality, I've never had anything but good things to say about Smittybilt stuff. I know they got a bad rap. I don't know why, but always treated me well. Yep, I see. TF Cooks. It's that's my point with like a 6-person ground tent. I like being able to stand up in the morning, especially after like a night of like heavy drinking. Who wants to like roll out of a tent onto the ground and then, you know, if it's cold or it's raining, like. Yeah, I heard you got to use like rubbing alcohol to clean off the thing. Buddy Eaters. Primal Outdoors, I follow him. He's great. I just watched his video today about the axe, about splitting wood. That was good, informative. I don't really know how to use an axe. Instagram, Sandlap or Overland? What are you asking? Yeah, I mean, if you guys got an Instagram you want people to follow, go ahead and drop that here too. Go ahead and spam the thread. Oh. Well, Expedition Life, I think you could just leave the chat and come back or something. We'll have to figure out a way to do that. Jeremiah, come up with an idea of how we can get everybody's like YouTube channels and Instagram things like in a list within the trailspinTV ecosystem here. Damn, John, how's Canada treating you, man? In Illinois, it's supposed to be a high of -9 in central Illinois on Wednesday, but I can only imagine how cold it is up there. Later, John. Thanks for tuning in, man. OB 13,872. Rob wants to know if I've ever figured out if a hot dog is a sandwich. Dude, I told you it's technically a sandwich, right? It's a thick bologna sandwich. Yeah, Coyote Works is good. I watch him too. Sandlapper, thanks, man. I'll subscribe to you right now, buddy. There you go. High of -11 here on Wednesday. 2 degrees, man. I actually think it went down. I think we might be right on pace with you, man. I don't know if you can see that. It's backwards. A high of -12 on Wednesday. A high of -12. Yeah, Andy, you were talking about that last week. I think this is a great idea. And I'd be down to maybe check it. I mean, I would totally watch if you did a channel on that. No matter what you do, it's always going to feel like work to film yourself. I would say if you're going to do something like that, find a cameraman and have them come with you, or have your, if I don't know if you're married, but your wife, or even have a kid or something, hold the camera and just turn it into a channel. But -40 Fahrenheit. So Black Sheep Expedition is doing some I think you said it was like kind of confidential, but he's doing some testing on some vehicles up in Canada to test their cold weather running. He said it was with the wind chill -58 today. Jeez. Bologna isn't a real meat. I mean, does a sandwich have to have meat to be a sandwich? I don't know, Rob. You got me stumped. Hey, everybody, what do you think? Is a hot dog a sandwich or not? Vote in the comments. Sonora Blue, am I not following you? Jeez, all these people that follow me, I never followed them back. Everybody's blowing up with their, yeah, Be Wild journals. Look, I'm following everybody that drops their Instagram. You should too. Yeah, especially with hot dogs. It's better not to know how they're made. Lips and assholes, right? Isn't that what they said in Great Outdoors, the movie? Hot dogs aren't a sandwich. There it is, man. I'm gonna go with the crowd here. And hot dog is a hot dog. Peanut butter and jelly. See, peanut butter and jelly is a sandwich. Doesn't have meat. Good point. Yeah, Jake. I don't really use Instagram all that much, but yeah, make sure you follow all these YouTube channels if you're not already. These are some friends of mine in here that all have channels. Revere Overland, Overland Pioneers, Overland Uncharted, Overland Generations, another friend of mine. We've got a great channel. So, all right, Rob, we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to make an official statement. You're gonna do it on your channel, and I'll just share it on mine. Hot dogs are not a sandwich. So yeah, I don't know. Everybody else is tuned in. If you're just kind of sitting here and reading along, we're just kind of talking about tents and actually talking about other stuff, Instagram, YouTube, all that fun stuff. So feel free to join in the conversation. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Leave some comments. I've actually noticed, well, thanks, Jeremiah. Don't forget there's a super chat. Jeremiah is starting the bidding at $1.99. I think he wants me to take my shirt off. No, it's all good. I'm broke too. I totally get it. $1.99. Thanks, man. I'm already spending it in my head. Elsewhere Overland. I appreciate that. I was kind of hoping that it was going to be well received, and I don't think anybody else is really doing this. So I'm planning on having special guests for these tonight. I mean, going forward, YouTube lets you kind of integrate with Google Chat, Google Hangouts or whatever, so we can add more than one person. Jeremiah and I did it on Instagram last week. It worked out really well. So we're going to keep doing this. I got to keep coming up with topics, and I think it's cool to kind of get everybody in one spot on Sunday night. I think it's a good night to do it. So appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the feedback. Scott, I'm drinking water tonight. I'm actually on a new diet. I'm trying to lose weight. It's not a New Year's resolution or anything. I'm actually in this thing called a accountability group. It's a group of like entrepreneurs that kind of set goals, 12-week goals, and then each week we discuss whether we did or didn't hit our goals. And if you miss a meeting, you lose $100. It's like $1,200 to buy in, and then if you make all your meetings and you make all your goals in 12 weeks, then you get all your money back. So one of my goals was to lose 15 pounds. So I'm not drinking water, eating veggies. I haven't had bacon in like almost 2 weeks. I'm sad. I've been eating a plant-based diet, lots of kale. Not for a hot dog. No more hot dog conversation. A new battery and onboard air. Yep, that'll do it to you. What'd you get, the ARB? $600 air compressor? Fancy. Expedition life. You want to talk about beards? What do you want to talk about? I think there's a lot of bearded people in this. Raymond. I mean, dude, I can eat bacon. I'm just trying to. It's not that. It's not that I'm anti-meat. I'm not anti. You know, I'm not anti-meat. I'm not anti-killing animals and stuff. But I just trying to heal my gut. You know what I mean? Trying to get rid of all the garbage in there. Trying to get rid of this belly. And actually, I don't mind eating vegetables. They taste good. And I do miss bacon. Don't get it wrong. I do. I still eat eggs, but I'm not eating soy bacon or anything like that. I only eat real bacon, not turkey bacon. Who has a better beard, me or Jeremiah? I do now because he shaved his. Not all the way, but looked like he was testing the water. I'm never shaving mine again. I'll probably go a little bit shorter, but I'm not going to get it as long as I did a couple years ago. That was like too long. Expedition life. What's your deal? My wife is texting me to ask me if the internet's working. Next place you would like to go? I mean, if I had to pick, I know where I think I'm going to go to Enzaborrego. I think I'm going to do that trip. That would be the next place I am going. As far as like the next place I want to go, like if I could just go anywhere, I kind of want to check out Alaska. I want to do that. Like, I want to do that coastal highway. No, I haven't explored Canada much. I've been saying that if I do go to Expo West, I want to go to New York, drive straight up into Canada, and then head west until I'm like directly north of Expo and then drive down. So either along the Canada, there's like a Trans-Canada trail, I think I heard. KOAR. Yeah. I know, guys. I don't think Jeremiah will be friends with me anymore if I don't go. So, and that's UP, and I've been wanting to go there. Alaska in 2020. I'm down, man. I'm down. What vehicle are you going to take? Did you sell your Jeep yet, by the way? Wow, there's a lot of people doing the KOAR. That's crazy. You're still up there. Haven't you been up there you've been up there since like Expo East, haven't you? Or like directly after that? No, okay, I got you. Yeah, we're going to be doing the same thing, guys. I'm probably going to sign off in about 5 minutes just to give myself a 10-minute break, and then I'm going to jump on Instagram. So, Colorado, Utah, June. Yeah, 2 weeks is not enough to do Colorado and Utah. You can do a lot, though. Well, depending on where you're coming from. I don't know how much traveling you're going to have to do to get out there, but. The damn 1990 GMC KS. December 2nd to 22nd. Oh, okay. Wow, dude. That's crazy. I hope they're paying you nice. Told you, man, if you needed help, hit me up. I haven't been doing anything. That'd be some cool filming if I could get the cameras to work in the cold. 30 hours to you, Ray. Yeah, so that's going to eat up most of your 2 weeks there. That's I mean, that's 2 days of traveling if you're boogieing, and 3 days. I mean, really, that's like 3 days of traveling each direction. It's worth it, though. Ask and you shall receive. There's your answer. Multimedia Vapors, thank you very much. Hello. I obviously appreciate everybody that tunes in and watches. I can't thank you guys enough. As far as losing a little bit of engagement, but I guess that's because I'm not uploading as regularly as we always have. So I gotta start getting these like videos pumped out. I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this every Sunday. That'll help keep the channel going. But even with these live videos only get about 500 views, whereas normally like our videos get like 1,500 to 2,000 before they kind of die off. So I don't know if that's I don't know what the magic number is. I don't know if I have to do 2 videos a week or 3 videos a week, or if I should be doing less live videos, but engagement's like slowly dropping. So obviously make sure you click like, please, or dislike. Honestly, like it makes no difference whether you click like or dislike. So Streamlabs, OBS, and Restream.io. Wait, meaning I can like stream to. What do you mean? Like I can do Instagram and YouTube at the same time? Restream.io. Thanks for that. I'll check those out. Multiple streams at the same time. Cool. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Nice. 18 thumbs up on this video. And leave comments. Like a lot of these like names I'm seeing here, you guys don't leave comments on the actual like regular trip videos and stuff. I mean, some of you do, but most of you don't. So that only helps us. You know what I mean? And I'm going to do, so I think 2019, I'm going to focus on kind of doing more collabs. So that's kind of my point doing this trip to Hands of Borrego. I just want to collaborate with some of the bigger channels, you know what I mean? And just kind of, you know, there's still a ton of people that don't know anything about our channel. So what do the comments do for you? Comments on videos just increase engagement, and when YouTube sees an increase in engagement, whether it's thumbs up, thumbs downs, comments, subscribes, clicking the notification bell, YouTube takes all that stuff and they assume that you're putting out content that people want to engage with, and they push your channel for you. So the more engagement on a video, the more YouTube puts it in front of people without, you know, that's kind of how we get in front of people. So yeah, then obviously the more views we get, the more ads get ran, and the more money the channel makes. I plan on doing a video soon about how much money trailspinTV makes between merchandise, affiliate links, and you know, views and stuff like that. And I can tell you right now, it's not enough. I mean, it's not that it's not enough. That's not make or breaking my life, but it's not a lot, is what I meant to say. Yeah, it is never enough. Ask Revere Overland, because he's literally trying to fund his overlanding trips with the channel only. That's not easy to do. You're a problem. If you have enough content, do more. If you can, lots dump extra fit to Patreon. Jake, I did this, like, I tried to do this, like, it's weird, man. Like, YouTube doesn't really get along with Patreon, so, oh yeah, dude, it's definitely less than $500 a month. I hope you guys don't think that I'm rolling in dough over here, but my goal part of my goals for the next 3 months is to increase engagement and get more content out there, and hopefully TrailspinTV will be making $500 a month. But no, it doesn't make $500 a month. What's a like spike? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of live streams, so I don't know all these terminologies. I am left-handed. Are you talking to me? Do one vid in the live on Sunday. That's enough. I don't know if another video would do much more. Just most seem to do just one. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm going to stick to doing that. I'm going to do this every Sunday if possible. Timothy, what's up? Oh, go ahead, smash that like button. I'm going to end this stream, guys, now. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everybody found this helpful. And if you're watching this after the stream, make sure you click like, click subscribe. And if you click the notification bell, you'll know when we're going live as soon as we go live. So that's a cool little feature. It's the little bell next to the subscribe button. And gently caress it. Do whatever you want with the like button. Just make sure you touch it. Later, guys. See you guys shortly on Instagram. Peace.